All right, let's just jump in. I got stuff to do. I got so much things that are open on my screen, and I got too many screens open. As you can see, I was checking my stream, and one was going in the background. Hello, Harry. Welcome for the lurk. Welcome to the thingy, and thank you for the lurk. It's really interesting today. So I hope if you have time to listen in or watch it back, I'm going to talk about team events or TeamSkirms and why I like them. And I think it's one of the topics that I wanted to speak about for a really long time. If you're here and you have time, give it a look. Hey, Sasha girl. Good evening. Is Chris racing again, or is he going to join in? I don't know. Are you together or not? It's in the week. I will be listening on the background about Jim's own planet side. All right. If you have any comments and you want to interact or whatever, just send me a message and we'll see how that goes. First thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to test if the pop-up thing is working. Let's see if this is working. Where can I see that? I think I highlighted a comment. Is it coming up on my screen? Now I have to wait to see. It's the wrong screen. It's not popping up here. I have to go to the other screen, but that's fine. We'll see if that works later on. Hey, it's not clearing. Okay. Okay, who else do we have here? People are joining in. This is going to be fine. And first of all, I want to say sorry for not being live last month. I had shit to do. I don't even know what I had to do. And we have Delta, boys and girls. We have Delta sniffing my armpits, but we have him in the live stream. Yeah, Delta, you are the famous doggy. Yes. Okay. Now let Daddy do the work. No. Stop sniffing the armpits. Stop sniffing the armpit. Yes, I know. This is your spot. Yeah, stop it. Yes, good boy. All right. Where were we? Sorry, I was distracted by my dog. I didn't get a notification from YouTube. You didn't get a notification from YouTube. God damn it! Did you have your bell icon on? Hair is going everywhere. Do you have your bell notification thingy on? If you do have it on, you should be able to do it. Oh, but I tried to cut your pics, but I think they're all a little small on pixel. I will. That's because I send them on Facebook, and I will try to send the original ones, so that will be better. I did though. Maybe Axel doesn't have his bell icon enabled. So if you want to be notified for the live streams and everything that is going on, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hey girl, you just missed Delta on the stream. He starts sniffing my armpits. So if you don't want to miss the thing that I do on YouTube, you click my subscribe button and you can click the bell thingy so you get notifications. Hey Finn, thank you for joining in. Oh my god, this is a lot of people at the beginning of the stream. Welcome Finn. I hope you learn a lot about the team events. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Big love to everybody that's here. So today, as I said, sorry for not being live last month. I had stuff to do, and hopefully I will be able to be live every month. I don't know if you want to have a better schedule or the topics that I'm going to talk about. If you want to know the topics that I'm going to talk about a few weeks before the live stream, I'll put up something in the Discord where you can go and find those things. And talking about the Discord, I'm going to put the link right here. I don't know why I did not prepare that stuff, because I'm always all over the place. I'm generating a new link right now, so that's why I'm watching this screen, not this screen, which doesn't really care because you don't know which screen I'm looking at because I'm in the intermission mode. Where is my chat? Where is my chat? Here is my chat. Press the like button on this. Oh yeah, don't forget the like button on this video so everybody gets, I don't know what YouTube does with the like stuff. This is the link to my Discord if you want to follow up to all the things that I'm doing, especially the live streams. We have different topics in the Discord live stream and open Discord thingy so you can join in the conversations, especially for difficult topics and you want to ask a more in-depth question, you can just jump into the voice thingy that is on the Discord, and then you can ask your question as long as it is appropriate. We'll see how long that works. What the hell is that? It's like, what? I don't even know what it is. It's like a cloud cat thingy waving. I don't know. I don't know. Explain, Sasha. Explain. How long? 5 minutes. Yes. Wait, did I post it? Okay, I'm gonna share this somewhere. I'm gonna before. Otherwise, people because I told people that I'm going to talk about this topic, and I needed to notify them, and I don't think they are. They have the bell icon on. Hold on, talking about, I can copy this right here. So everybody that is on the Airsoft Europe Facebook group, sorry, you will get a notification. I'm live about my live stream. Sorry about that. Facebook is all about the quantity, not the quality, apparently. Otherwise, people will just not see it. So sorry about that. And I think we are almost ready to start with the first point of the day. Oh my god, a bear flexing. I think a bear, well prepared. Yes. The problem is with the live streams. Okay, maybe before we start this thingy, live streams. If you get a notification somewhere on Facebook, do you want to click it immediately, or do you want to click on it and it goes live like 10 minutes later? The problem is I cannot post it on my Instagram, post it on Facebook while I'm not live yet, because I have to be live, or I have to have an assistant. Baby, if you want to be my assistant on doing the live streams, be my guest. But I need more people. My cat is annoying me. Okay, your cat is annoying me, so that might be the icon. So yeah, it's really difficult. Hell no, you don't want to be my assistant. I figured that. So it's really difficult to post something somewhere. So I rather post it a few minutes when I'm already starting, and love you too. When I'm already starting and entertaining the people, and I'm just welcoming everybody. So while I'm welcoming, there should have an assistant dropping all the spamming all the thingies on Facebook, the groups and the chats, so people know. I posted like 10 minutes beforehand. But if you post it 10 minutes beforehand, all the people that see it popping up in their wall thingy when they're scrolling on their phone, if they click it, it's not live yet. So people are like, oh, well, it's not live yet. So they don't stay in this thingy. So that's why I want to be like 10 minutes after. So like now I'm doing my intro and people are here. And while they're coming in, we can talk about stuff. Like saying hello, explaining the Discord, explaining my YouTube channel, how people can engage with everything, and how they can find me. You can also find me on Instagram. You can do whatever. You can you can find me everywhere. So we are 8 minutes in. So I think it's time for the first topic. Maybe oh my god, talking. It's gonna be a hard one today. Oh my god, I got hair everywhere because Delta is losing all his hair. So it's gonna be everywhere. Alrighty. What was I saying? I'm gonna lose my shit a few times this evening. So are you in doubt of my social media knowledge? Are you in knowledge? Are you in doubt of my social media? I think she means knowledge. Yes. Some things, I don't know. Okay. It's 10 after. It's time to start with the first topic of the day. I'm gonna move the screen to a different thingy. Do I need to move it? I don't know. Yes, because I have my knowledge. Yes, that's the word you were looking for, girl. I have my drawing tablet, and I have my special stylus thingy to draw on my tablet. And bit me. Good one. I think she meant bite me. Yeah, but not right now. Okay, I'm gonna switch to. Oh my god, my voice is starting to be weird. Where is it? Where is it? Stream in game. There it is. Okay, so For the people that don't know this, I try to explain things by drawing it because sometimes it's easier to see a drawing about something instead of looking at a picture. I don't know. For me, it's easier, and I think it's easier to explain to people. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just say something in the chat, and I will try to fix that as ASAP or ASAP. Okay, now let's see if this thing is working. It should be working. I'm gonna. Hello there! More people from Army of Friends are joining in, and welcome. You guys have already tasted or had a little taste of the TeamSkirm events. What is he saying? I don't understand. Flemish English. People are making fun again from the people from the helicopter parking. It's not easy for us. We also have to our feelings, guys. Okay, but the thingy up top, I don't know. I can like there. I can't point that high. The thingy is already up there. So it's working, so that is perfect. So what I will do is, if you have a question, and I will get distracted by the thingies, the comments that you post anyway, and I know you're gonna try to distract me anyway. But if there is a comment that we're talking about, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna try the other hand. It's gonna be up there, like there. So we all know that what we're talking about. Okay, so now I'm gonna clear it. And maybe I'm gonna get to the agenda for today a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so I can fit it all on one screen. Ah, fuck, I need more screens. Every time the same thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm gonna talk about team events. People know them, not always, not every country, because we have people from different countries here, are using the same term for an event. Like we have Sunday events, we have walk-on events. In Belgium, we call them skirms, and it comes from skirmishes. So in 2014, I I came up with the idea to start doing Teamskirms. That is where the name Teamskirm is coming from, but eventually it's just a team event. So I'm going to tell you what is a Teamskirm and why it's different. I'm going to tell you the amount of players that you can play this with, and in which configurations that you can play this with. I'm going to go over the rules that I made, and this is going to be important to have a little bit of feedback of the players, so we can, I don't know, adjust stuff. Because during the years, like I said, I started this in 2014, and now we're 2022, and during the years I have changed some stuff, but the basic idea is still the same. But all the changes came because players gave feedback, and this is how we can grow this in something that people like, and organizers and people and players like. So I'm going. Oh my God, talking is going really, really fast today. I'm gonna talk about the rules. I'm gonna bring the sheet in it. It's still in Dutch, but I'm gonna translate that for the other people. I'm just go over the rules and I will explain them in English. And I'm gonna go over the type of missions that you can play with that, and what's the advantage of playing it like this. And I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons of using this gameplay. There is also the YouTube video that I made about this gameplay style, but as you know, I try to, with the live streams, I try to give a little bit more explanations about the event itself, or the video, or the topic of the video. Because with my videos, I want to explain stuff, and it's not always easy to just put everything in a 10 to 15 minute video where people can just listen to. Then I like it more if I be able to interact with stuff, to be able to understand it to the fullest. I don't know, my English is not the best. So we're gonna start with the first thing, and I'm gonna start writing so people can see something. Let's start with blue. Yeah, let's start with blue. Okay, it's stuck on my keyboard. So we're gonna talk today about Teamskirms. And yes, I know my handwriting sucks, and that's why it's interesting if you are here that you know what word I wrote down, so you can later look back at it. But this is I think I even forgot letters. Okay, I'm gonna put a point on the I. Teamskirms. Okay, so we're gonna hold on. I'm writing on the background. Doctor, yes, Dr. Verage. I did this wrong. I think I have to give a new layer, right? Do I do that? Oh shit, I think I fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. I have to go back. Can I still go back? Yes, and now we can add a new layer so everything is white. Oh my god. Hopefully nobody. Oh, okay, I will just continue. This is an inside joke. So, Teamskirms. Oh my god. This is going to be a bad one. Teamskirms. It has been a while. Teamskirms. Okay. Fuck this one. All right. Hold on. So, Teamskirms. Teamskirms, like I said, were invented, or I started doing it in 2014 with the idea that I wanted to play as a team. During the normal day events, I was missing the team play. Like, you go to an event, you have, okay, I'm gonna make a square. We can do blue, yeah. Like, you go to an event, like this is the field, like let's take a generic field. You have a team here and you have the other team here. The team, there is a flag in the middle and that team goes there and the other team goes there and they have to bring that flag back or whatever. Just two teams storming each other and creating something that is just, I don't know, like old Russian tactics. We're gonna throw as many people on it as possible and we'll see what happens. And what you create is that, let me change the color. Go to black. What you create is that you have an area where people play in, like in this area. People are not doing a lot. And you're not playing as a team. Yes, you have to make some mission with that team, but you're not playing as a team. You're just the red or the pink and the blue, and that's it. And I was missing the cohesion between players, special roles in players. If we are playing games like Battlefield, Arma, you have your dedicated role, and your dedicated role was important for the team. And with this, it really doesn't matter what you're playing at. You just do your own stuff and that's it. And I hated that. Yes, it's fun for one game or whatever, but I want to do something more. And I started making the rules for team events or Teamskirms. Yeah, exactly. It's a waste of BB's gameplay. You're just running and gunning, and people are just dying and getting back in the game, and you don't go forward and backwards. So I didn't want to do that anymore. Okay, now we're gonna take a big eraser. A big one. Okay, that was a little bit too big. What did I do? Okay, I need the eraser. Yes. This. All right, we go back to this. Does the thing change also? Oh my god. Okay. Let's go to something 8. Okay. Yes. So instead of having, oh, I deleted my board. Will it work? So instead of playing with 2 teams, I was like, if we change this up a little bit and we put 6 spawns on the field. And with the amount of players that we usually just clash into each other, we play different missions. And with that, you use a lot more of your field, and there is a lot more advantage with this. So this is where the idea started. Let's just make a team that has to work together and create rules to make them work together. And this is basically the basic idea from the team event. Like I said, that's the next point. I just explained that there is a better use of your field. As a field owner, you can use pieces of your field that would, in normal capture the flag thingies, would be never used. But with the missions that you can make, and we're gonna get to the missions in a little bit. No, in a little bit. In I think it's 60% of the live stream. We're gonna go to the missions. If you plan your missions, people are gonna play at fields. For example, if you have a field that has like something like this, people are never going to use this field. especially if you put the objectives here. Why would they go here? There is no flanking maneuver. Okay, you don't put your spawn here then, but somewhere else. But you can put like an objective here. So people have to go in there and retrieve it, because Teamskirms are all about that team play. And because you can do that, you can play a lot of different missions. You can do stealth missions, you can do attack and defense missions, and that makes it a lot more flexible. Okay, I'm right on schedule, because the next thing that I needed to say was that there is a lot of different ways you can do missions. Teamwork is key. That is really important, because I don't have that. Okay, I'm gonna add that on my table, because that is one of the most important things, is the roles in the team. Okay, I added it. You have to work as a team, because you have different roles that have their different abilities that you can use during that game. Another important thing is, for me, like I said, you have the Sunday walk-on games, but you also have the bigger games like Verage, or a really advanced milsim game. And I was looking for something I gonna play on a Sunday, but I want to play as a team. And the only option that we had was we can go to a Sunday game and we can run and gun, or we can go to a longer event somewhere in a different country. And I wanted to be like, we can do this on a Sunday game and still play as a team. So that was my challenge. I wanted to do that. And Teamskirms is a mix between going to an open Sunday game and going to, okay, I think I can clear this. Is it cleared? Is it gone? Hold on. Yes, it's gone. And between a bigger milsim game. And I think the guys from AOF that have played this game style, I hope that you agree with what I'm saying, that this is not just your walk-on game, but it's also not going to a bigger milsim. It is something where you can have the feeling of being on a bigger game, but still being on a simple Sunday game where you arrive at 9 and you go at home at 4. And you can keep doing that by playing different missions. There you go. I'm gonna highlight it. He says, "Yup." Okay, we can move it. I need to drink a little bit. I have been talking a lot today. Just drinking water. I'm not like Lisa. Is she still here? I don't know. Okay. Thank you for people. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So this was the first thing. Wait, did I say it? Yes, about the rules. The rules are made to with the game in mind. Like, the rules are not just to annoy the player or keep it. I don't know what rules you all have in normal games. There are not many rules. Just run there and shoot that. I implemented different rules to put attention on the teamwork and the gameplay, and to give a lot more fun. And if people play a special role, they have to do that with a little bit more dedication than on your normal Sunday game. And that made, oh my god, there is a burp stuck here. Sorry about that. Damn it, lasagna and burpy water is not a good connection. So for example, you as a player, you have a responsibility for your team. If you're not doing your part in your team is not going to be as effective as it can be. And because you are in a smaller team, I am going to talk about that in a little bit, because you're in a smaller team, every team member is really important. And then we come to the next part, the amount of players. Can I delete this? All right. Yes. Yes, it's working. So if you got any questions about the game style or the things that I'm saying, just put them in the comment section, or I don't know, the chat. I don't know what is it called, chat or comment section. It is. Oh my god, the burps. I don't know if it's in the comment section or just put it in the chat. So the next topic that I want to talk about is the players itself. I'm gonna play yours. The one difficulty we had to get used to the spawn location. They were closer than we thought. Yes, and that is one of the difficulties as an organizer, is to find good spawning locations. The reason that it was really hard for during that event is because we were dropped in a field that I didn't know, and we had to guess where we can place the spawns in a good position. And that's where the feedback of players is really important. Like if they say this is not a good spawn, it possibly is not a good spawn, and we can move it to a different spawn or a different location. So next time, yeah, or we're gonna change something in the spawn rules or whatever. But you're totally right. The spawns are not always easy to place. But I'm gonna go to the cons about the event at the end of the live stream, and that is one of the cons. As an organizer, it's a lot more work to organize events like that. And thank you. I really enjoy if people are having a good time, and you might have seen it that I really enjoy doing that. But I also like to play, so I can't do everything, or people have to give me a lot of money to do that. So if people want to donate, I don't have a donate button yet. Let's continue. So the players, we have different roles. I can go. I'm going to open up the TeamSkirm thingy. Where is my thingy? There it is. Yeah, Hansi was good for games like that. But we're gonna find different. You can play this on every field. You just have to be creative on. Wait. What did I do? God damn it! I fucked up. I don't have the rules. Wait. Okay, I thought I had the rules open, but I did not. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna write it down, because I need those rules in a minute, and I thought I was prepared, but apparently I was not. And I have to think where those rules are. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna open up my folders. I might find it really fast. TeamSkirm information. Right on. I found it. Okay. I'm gonna see, we even got a fancy logo made by, I don't know anymore. I think it was something yellow. I don't know. He made a fancy logo with 6 different colors for the teams. Awesome. So, like I was saying, I'm gonna go over the screens being difficult. I'm gonna go over the different roles right now. Can I do that right here? Yes, I can go over the rules. So in your team, you have your NCO, which is your squad leader, or NCO. That is your squad leader, or that is your whatever you want to call it, team leader. I just call it NCO. I'm gonna squad lead. Just a term for the person that is leading your squad or your team. So team lead is a good name. Then you got the RTO, that is the radio operator, which might be interesting if you start using teams together. More about that later. Then you have your, I'm just gonna scroll so I don't forget anything. You got your medic, which is a really important one, and one of the rules that we changed last time to get a more dynamic game. Then you got your support, and I'm really starting to fuck it up. Support, which is the guy with your light machine gun who is suppressing the enemy where is needed, and is also the only person that is allowed to shoot full automatic. All the other people are only allowed to shoot single shot. And then you got your DMR in your team. That is your designated marksman rifle. And then something also something new that we added, that is your I'm gonna call it your recon team. That is your sniper. I've got the S, sniper, spotter team. And those guys got different rules. So I'm just gonna put them in small brackets. That is your recon team. It doesn't have to be a recon. It doesn't have to be a sniper or spotter. It can be just 2 people that are in a recon squad that can do something different. And everything else in your team is just a rifleman. Oh my god, this is not. I'm rifle. I'm doing it bad. And this can be depending on how many people you can have in your team. So I'm going to talk about that in a few seconds. So those are the roles. Our team had 2 snipers. We call them sneaky sneak. So the one is called sneaky and the other one is sneak. So if you combine them, they are sneaky sneak. I don't know. Yeah. Welcome, Martin, by the way. So those are the roles that you can have in a team. That doesn't mean that you have to have all those roles. Well, you need to have your NCO. That's it. And a medic. That's it. All the other things are optional. If you want it, you can have one. If you don't want it, that's also fine. If you don't have people that have a support rifle, you don't have to use it. But it's an advantage to have that in your team. Also, you can play this indoor and outdoor. What means that not all roles will be able to play indoor. For example, a support, a sniper, those are not allowed to play indoor. Also indoor, we play with smaller teams than outdoor. And this is something that we're gonna go in right now. So indoor, I'm gonna make this, I'm going to do that outdoor. Yeah, makes sense? Okay. I'm gonna change color to blue, so we have a little bit more colors on our board. Otherwise, black is just boring black. So indoor, usually depending on the field that you're playing on, we play this with 5 or 6 people per team. So if you have 6 teams, that means that you can play indoor with 36 people. And with 6 people, you can move around. I'm gonna explain you why the amount of people is going to be important. Just give me a second, or a little bit more. I have to go to a few rules. Yeah, I'm almost there. So outdoor, you can play this with, and after oh my god, after I go to the rules, I'm gonna go back to this. I will be able to. Hey, do it less. Good evening. I'm gonna go back to the this board so I can I don't have to copy that. I can just hide it. That was the word I was looking for. So outdoor, you can play this with 10 people. Yeah, maximum is now around 10 people, but I'm trying to find a way to upgrade that. And this is where I might need input from you guys. Remind me about that. The 10 people. That means that you can play this with 60 people. Now, some fields can take a lot more people, or organizers need to put more people on their field, so they might have to put a little bit more people on their field. So I'm looking for a way to upgrade this to 120 people. More about that later. But for now, we're stuck with the 60 people. That is 10 people. Now, if we go indoor, that means that you have your NCO. That means that you have RTO indoor is usually not used because for the bad connection. You have your medic. You don't have your support. You don't have your DMR. So all the rest is just rifle. So you got 2 big roles or 3, and all the rest is just your riflemen. But still, you're gonna play as a team, and that comes with the rules. In outdoor, you can use all those thingies that I told about here. And that means that you have 8 people in the normal group, and that you have 2 people in the spotter recon. I'm just gonna call it recon and gonna call it normal. So that gives you 10 people. Before we were only able to play with 8 people outdoor, which gave us 56, no, 48 people, right? 48, 6 times 8. 48 people. I don't know. My math is really bad. I think if Lisa's here, she's gonna correct me if it's wrong. But now we're gonna go to 60 people, which is better, so people can get more people on their field. And I want, the reason I'm also doing this live stream is because I want organizers to be a little bit more creative with their games, and maybe this is a game type that you guys want to play. And if you want to play this, just go to your organizer and explain them that this exists, and I want to give them some more information. I can give them all the rules. I can just give it the information. It's a new game style, and in my opinion, it's really fun. So we tested this outdoor with 10 people for the first time. I think AOF was the biggest group, and they were with 9 people, and I don't think they had a recon group. So all the 9 people were in the normal group. And I was really curious on how that would work, because this was the first time that we played it with that big of a group. And I'm going to explain you in a little bit why. So we're going to go to the rules, because otherwise you will get a little bit, you won't understand it. It's not you, it's me. It's a lot to take in. I put a lot of thought in all those things. And for me, it's easy. Like, team events are easy, but sometimes I'm not explaining it very well. But I'm going to try to do my best. And if you've got any questions, like I said, just put them in the comments. So we're going to go over the rules. I cannot project them because they are still in Dutch. I can project them, but you can't read them. And I lost where I opened it. There it is. I'm trying to find the rules. Yes, got them. I'm gonna go over them. So we got a document that shows you, this is the document like I talked to you about, where all the rules are stated, and this is going to be sent out to the organizer and the players so they know what they have to do. So every team exists out of different people, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm just gonna show it here so you know what I'm talking about. This is the team. We talked about the team. Every team has its own color. Okay, I didn't say that. So every team has its own color coding. So we got the depending on what colors that you have. I mostly used red, green, yellow, blue, white, and black. I stopped using white because of the medic rules that we started to use. Black was a little bit too dark, so any fabric that you have laying around will do. Just make sure that it's a little bit different from each other. Now indoor, you can just wear different colored t-shirts. I played like that. We had the green team that was completely in green. We had a red team that had like red shirts and red trousers, and they were not allowed to have different colors, only their colors, or black or normal camouflage colors. And it was indoor. It's their responsibility to be able to identify themselves. We can try to do that outdoor, but that doesn't work. But that would be like the ultimate goal, like people know who they're playing with. But now we play with color bands on their arms, and it's working really fine. Then we have the roles that we just mentioned. Alrighty. And then we come to the first one, and is maybe the most difficult one, and the biggest change in everything is that you have very different medic and medic rules. Where is my thingy with the rules? I closed it down. That's the live stream skirms. Hey, where are my rules? Oh, there it is. There it is. Found it. So I'm gonna open. No, you were not able to see it. So the medic rule. The first thing is you got 6 spawns. So we're gonna draw a board. So we're gonna go over the respawn rules, and the respawn rules are question. AI5 did join with 10 people in the end, and we had recon team of 2 people. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that, clearing that up. I didn't know if you had a recon team or not. And did it work well to use that recon team? Because You didn't have any snipers, right? Or did you use snipers in that recon team? I can't recall. So we got 6 spawns. I'm just gonna, every time I go back to this, oops. We got 1, did I go over here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are your start locations and respawns. That means every team can go out from their respawn from here and just move out. The starting location is... Oh, those were the sneaky snickers. Sorry, I'm distracting you. No, that's fine, that's fine. We did have a sniper and a spotter with rifle. Okay, perfect. That's good. A lot of AOF people are in the chat, which is awesome. More sneak teams. It's normal. You thought we didn't have a sniper. He's supposed to be invisible. Awesome. The respawn is actually the place where I wanted the people to be as less as possible. Is that the correct way to say it? I didn't want them to go to the respawn as much as we usually go to respawn. I want to have the teams. I want to have the teams in the game as long as possible as a team, so they can keep playing as a team. Because if you go to the respawn, like I'm gonna start with that, the respawn. For example, I'm a blue team, and all my people are here. Let's say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people that are going out. If if one person get hit and the medic doesn't reach him, so we're going to talk about the medic rule in a second, he has to go back to the respawn. And to be able to move out of the respawn again, the whole team needs to go to the respawn, pick up all the dead people, and if everybody's at the respawn, they can move out again and start playing again. That way you always play together, because if you as a solo player, you just lone wolf, you will be lost, because you have no ways of communicating with your team that one, you're dead or that you are in contact, and they will not be able to get to you, and you are stuck at the respawn. And the team is going to be really annoyed if they have to go all the way back to the respawn every time because you thought it was fun to do something on your own. It's one of the things that if you're a solo player, if your team is okay with that, that's totally fine. But if you have a team that likes to play together, this is not going to be a game style for you. For me, I really like to play as a team, and I will want to be as a team member and doing stuff together. So this is one of the reasons that this is in here. So this is a really important one, that you move as a group. You go to the respawn if you die, and then the medic doesn't come to you. Now we talk about the medic rule. Now, we tried this the last time, and I think it worked great. I'll still have to have some more feedback from the players to see if we have to change some stuff or not. Like every player, let's say this is Bob. We all know Bob. Bob has to carry 1 medic band. Like I'm just gonna call this his medic thingy. And every player is not allowed. Every player has to carry 1 medic band on his body. I'm just trying to explain it the right way, because this is the first time that we tried it, and I'm used to a different setting. Exactly, it's different, and that's why I want to try to explain it as good as possible. You know what? I'm gonna open up a new tab, because otherwise this is going to be a little bit much. So let's say we got a Bob, like we said, Bob, and we got Sneaky. No, not Sneaky, because that is the sniper. A simple name, Tom. Okay, and Tom is your friendly medic, and you are just no. You're a rifleman, and then we need 1 more dude. We're gonna call that names. Give me a simple name. simple name. Bart. Okay. So we got Tom, Bart, but I would maybe allow the medic or NCU to pick up dead teammates at respawn 2 instead of whole squad every time, because when you have to defend a strong point, otherwise you lose it every time. Sam, that is one of the reasons why I do that. And I understand your point, but the reason that your team is getting weaker if you're defending a point means that it gives a chance to other teams that are in the area to be able to attack your point. So the point that is being held by that team is getting weaker and weaker and is not able to build up again. That also means if you do that, that means that your team will be divided in 2 points, which causes a different problem that it's not a problem, but the reason that you can move around on the field is because you have to stick together as a team with 6 people, 6 teams, and you only have 6, depending on, not counting the recon teams, you only have 6 areas where there are enemy people on the field, so you can run around each other. If you already split that up, into 2 groups, for example, that means that you have double amount of contact possibilities on your field. So that is the reason. Okay, point taken. Processing needs to adjust the tactic. Yes, exactly. So Bart is your let's call him just, he can be a simple rifleman too. It doesn't really matter. So Bob is getting hit. What color are we going to use for Bob is to show that he's hit. Bob is hit. Now we got 2 options. Maybe I have to make a flow chart of this. That would be a lot easier. You have to use some tactics. In this gameplay, you have to use some tactics, but in normal skirms on Sunday, it's more shooty, the respawn, and all die over again. This makes it more interesting. Yes, you have to think about the stuff that you're doing, and that brings the team closer together. Exactly. I'm gonna leave that up here for a little bit. So Bob got hit, and Bob got 2 options. One, he can be stabilized by one of his normal team players. That is Bart. Whoop. So I was saying he has 2 options. He can be stabilized by one of his teammates, or he can be medicked by Tom, the medic. If he wants to be stabilized, he just has to have Bart coming up to him. I'm going to use pink, yeah. Bart has to go up to him. He has to put the bandage on Bob, and Bob is able to play again. Now, that is option 1. Can I go back more? Option 2 is that Bob is Tom, the medic, is able to get to Bob and medic him completely. And that means that he doesn't have to put on his bandage. That means that Tom can put him back in the game at 100%. But to do that, he has to hold Bob for 2 minutes, like he's working on him. Everything that I'm telling you, this is written out. I'm just trying to explain it a little bit. It's just still in Dutch. And after that, I'm going to translate it. I'm going to put it somewhere on my drive so people can download it. So Tom is the medic, and he can bring Bob back to action. So that is one. So the cross is gone. I don't know if I can I go back? And that means that if Tom healed Bob completely, the 2 minutes, he's back in action 100%. Now, if Bart stabilized Bob, he has a bandage. I'm going to put it back on. And now I can say that he's at 50%. If Bob keep playing like that, and he gets shot again, because Bob is somewhat of a loose cannon, and he gets shot again, now Bart is not able to stabilize Bob again because he's already being stabilized with his bandage. Now Tom, the medic, has to come to Bob and heal Bob completely. Now this is the same thing. He has to hold him for 2 minutes. After those 2 minutes, Bob can remove his bandage, put it back in his pocket, and he's back at 100% again. Now, if Bob is hit, he has to be, there is a bleed out, so Bob has 5 minutes to be healed or stabilized by one of his teammates. And another thing is that if Bob gets if Bob gets the bandage from Bart, so the normal person, and he's running around with that, and you find a safe spot, and you find Tom by any chance, it's not depending on where you are on the field, everywhere on the field, Tom can hold Bob for 2 minutes and he can remove this bandage. That means that Bob is back at 100% again. I think I said that right. Okay, so there is a bleed out. I told you that. You have to stay and put 5 minutes. Depending on your field, it might be longer. If you have a big field, you take a little bit longer bleed out time. If you've got a small field, you can take a shorter bleed out time. Usually I take 5 minutes. It's something in between. If you get hit, you take out your dead rack and you shout really loudly hit, but that's the normal airsoft stuff. Most of the people that are here know that. And you're only allowed to shout medic. If you can't get healed within your bleed out time, you have to go to the respawn. So as we said, this is our respawn. If Bob cannot be healed within 5 minutes, Bob has to go to the respawn and wait until his full team can pick him up again from the respawn. Question, how to medic? When you do touchy for 2 minutes, can the medic just sit against the dead player and still hold his rifle? No. So if you're being mediced, the medic has to work on you for 2 minutes. So he has to hold you for 2 minutes. As soon as he does something else, like taking his rifle, maybe I have to add that he has to have his 2 hands on your body. That's a good one. 2 hands on body. 2 hands. So that means that the medic has to have his 2 hands on the Bob's thingy, whatever, not on his thingy, on his body. If Tom, the medic, releases the body because he wants to engage an enemy, taking his pistol and engage an enemy, he has to start those 2 minutes again. I don't know the bleed out time. We can say that it's starting again. We have to think about that. If he releases the body, what about the bleed out time? Do we start it again? Do we keep it going? This is something that I have to think about. It's really good questions. So if he releases his hands, the medicing stops. If he touches it again, he has to start again with the 2 minutes. So it's not like, okay, 2 minutes, shoot, 1 more minute to go. No, to full 2 minutes, hold, like complete 2 minutes. I hope that's a little bit clear. That was this question that we were talking about. I forgot to highlight it. One thing that we added is if you go to your respawn, because like I said, it's not always easy and clear where everybody is on the field, especially if you play on an outside and bigger field. If Bob is at the respawn, he can remove his bandage because he's going to be a new player. He can remove his bandage and put it in his pocket for the next encounter with a BB. And when he removed his bandage or when he is at the respawn, he can tell his team that he's at the respawn and he's ready for a pickup. This is something that we added, and I think it worked pretty well. People that were at the respawn had the chance to tell their teammates that they were at the respawn ready for a pickup. Because sometimes it's a really far walk and the team doesn't know when they have to go, especially if you're holding a point. You have to make the decision, is he ready to go out, yes or no? So we lose the least amount of time. Because in the past, we just said like, yeah, you just have to keep track of your people, but this is something that we added to make it a little bit more dynamic. Now, this is, are there any questions about this medic rule? Do people understand why we use it? The reason that we use this medic rule is, one, to keep you playing as a team for as long as possible, to give the medic a good role, to be able to, a really useful role, to keep his team in the game as long as possible. For example, 5 people of your team have bandages and you are in a fierce firefight and you don't want to use your medic. The people that are being healed or stabilized and having a bandage on, they can move back to the back, and you can get the 3 people that don't have bandages, put them in the front, so Bob and Bob that is hurt can get treated by Tom that is in the rear. So you can choose a moment, you can sit down for 10 minutes and heal 5 people. That means 5 times 2 minutes, that's 10 minutes. So you can heal back up the 5 people, and then you can go back into the game without going to the respawn to remove the bandages. This is really important if you play on bigger fields. Okay. No more questions about this? Okay, then we can continue to the next part. Well, it's still the respawn part. Now this is for the regular players. As I said, can I do this? How fancy, look at that. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna click here, okay? This is for those players. What color are we using? This is for those players. The recon guys are a little bit different. Why? Because I wanted to have, if you have a recon somewhere, they don't have to go back to the respawn with the whole team to respawn. So the recon guys have the same medic rules. They can be stabilized by their friend. They can be medic by a medic. The only difference is if they don't make it to their bleed out time and they have to go to the respawn, the whole team needs to pick them up. This is the same. But if this group is at the respawn, they don't have to wait for their recon guys. The recon guys can stay in the field, hold an eye on the positions that they are overwatching or whatever that your recon guys are doing. They can stay in the field, which means, like in the beginning we just said like snipers has to go back and then they can but now we wanted to have the sniper spotter team to have that advantage to not have to go back to the respawn zone with their team, so they can stay hidden and wait and give information as soon as the team is moving out of the respawn again. And I think that worked pretty great. I think most of the teams use this really well to keep an eye on the position. For example, if you're doing a defense mission and you have to do a tactical retreat, your sniper spotter team can still defend the area as long as possible until the rest of the team is back. And this is basically the medic rule, and one of the reasons why this game makes you play as a team as much as possible. Okay, I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna drink a little bit. So how you guys are still doing? We have been going on for 1 hour now. Yeah, a lot of information. Okay, I'm gonna drink a little bit. Don't go away. So how is Sam? How is the train connection? Is it still holding up? Because I think you have to go in 3 minutes, right? So I really want to thank you guys for dropping in. No choco. No. Choco is for after really big exercises, and I already drink 1 choco today. Not that I'm not allowed to drink more chockies in a day, but for today I'm keeping it with water. But choco is. So I'm dropping back to my information board. I'm gonna go do this. Teamskirms, yes. So the missions. Are we at the missions yet? I'm gonna go over the rules. The page with all the rules. Something made noise here. Did that. The new medic rule. I did that. To keep more players field. Did that. Sniper spotter team. Did that. I explained that. Okay. Oh my god, it's a fresh bottle of bubbly water and I can feel it. So the next thing that we want to that I want to talk about is the missions. Yeah. Okay, I need to create a new layer. 5. Can I remove? Oh, look at that. Missions. I don't know where it's pink. I'm gonna do that again. All right. Missions. Now, another thing that is really cool as an organizer, and that's one of the other reasons I really like this, is you can go creative with your missions. Because let's face it, most of the missions that we play is go to that location, retrieve this. Can be a box, a person, or whatever. Or go to that location and hold that location. Those are the thingies that we play most of the time. They just give it a different name. They just change the subject that you have to do. But basically, this is what you do. And then as an organizer, you're quite limited in missions, in my opinion. You can make them as cool as possible. You can make the amazingly looking props or whatever, but in the end, it's just go to that rocket station and destroy it, or go to that rocket station and take the rockets with you and bring them to that location. So to do it a little bit different, we have to change not the missions, but everything around the mission. So we can still do the same missions, but the amount of the teamwork is completely different. And also the dynamic is changing because you have 6 teams. And those 6 teams are all around you. Like you are one pawn on the field and you got 5 other teams that can come from every direction. If you usually play, yes, you have people everywhere. So you have a contact there, you have a contact there. And maybe I'm gonna, I didn't explain that. Let's go to blue. Like I talked about that briefly, I think. But the amount of things that you can do is if you have 6 teams, like they are going around in the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all are doing their running and sneaking. But what you have basically is you have 6 areas of contact, possible contact, which is a lot less than that you have in your normal event. For example, if you have your spawn here and you have your spawn here and you got 30 players here and you got your 30 players here, that is a lot of points of contact, which means that even if you with 5 people are moving up, you can encounter one person here, you can encounter one there, and you have constant combat because one person is just camping behind that barrel or another person is camping behind that barrel, and you don't get any movement. With the 6 teams, you can just, if you see a team passing by, you can just go low, hide, wait until the team passes, and then you can choose like, we're gonna shoot them or we're gonna sneak past them and continue our mission. This creates for a whole different dynamic on the field. With the same amount of players, you have the same amount of players on the field, but because you don't have that one point of contact anymore, you can do a lot more on your field. You can put more players on your field. Right? Don't put more players on the field, please. Don't put more on it. But the play style from the players on that field is a lot more open. So I was going to talk about missions, but I didn't talk about missions yet. So now I'm going to make a new one. And we're going to talk about missions. Yep. Now, you can do 2 things as an organizer. One, you can give the same mission to all your teams. Works perfectly. The other thing is that you can give a list of missions to all the teams and they do them in a different order, depending on what you want to create. If you want to create a really low-paced game where people have a lot of wins, because this is something that I also want to empathize, whatever I want to say to you. The problem with the some of the problems that we encounter on these walk-on games is that you just clash with each other. There is one team that is a winner. The other team is a loser. If you have that going on the whole day, that team that is losing will get annoyed, which means that you have, wait a minute. Okay, I forgot something to say. Never mind, I'm going to say that in a little bit. That is going to be annoyed and people are going to start complaining and that ruins the day, especially after you ate your lunch. People are starting to complain. The other team is starting to feel overpowered and they're going to be, it's not fun anymore. With this type of gameplay is that you have small wins. If you have different missions for every different team, that means that every team will have wins. They will have some losses, but at least they have some small wins. And because they have wins, they will have a lot of better time. Because, face it, you want to complete your mission, you want to do something, and it can be really simple, like bring this box to there, yes, win, do this, the other team is doing other stuff, and they can also in an hour you can have one team bringing boxes to that area, and you can have people bringing boxes to that area, and both can have wins. And this is really important. Like, don't make it you won, we lose. No, make it fun for everybody during the day. And this is the two things that you can do. One, you can give them the same mission, or two, you can give them different missions. For team events, I usually choose to give them the same missions because there is already a lot of different in the missions. So I don't want to mix them up even more. And that was a really long explanations to get to missions. Let's go to a different color. I'm reading. So I got basically, there are 4 different options that you have in missions. And then you can be creative with how you set up your missions. So the first thing is you can work to 1 point. That means that all your teams need to go to 1 point, which creates action. And that is what I was telling to, I think it was Sam, that if you have 1 point, that can be an attack point or defense point, depending on how you set up your game. The team that is holding this point need to be able to be taken out. So if you got people respawning all the time, that will be an endless battle. But if the people are being overrun by another team, that means that they have to go to the respawn, and this team Bravo can take the point, and then they are taking out, and then team Charlie can take the point. But all the teams will be able to get in there and do something, and the teams that are holding the point will be defeated eventually. So this is going to 1 point. This is one of the things that you can do. Do I really have to? I will use the, oh, it's still big. Okay, so this is the first. Maybe I'm going to add it to the side. Where is my pen thingy? There. So first 1 point. 1 point. The second thing that you can do is you can create intel points and put them all over the map. So that means that teams they don't have to find that action. They don't have to get the battle going. They can choose to go for the mission. And usually what I do is there are 6 intel points, and there is 1 center box, and all those intel points are color-coded wires, and in the middle there is a box where they have to cut the wire. Now with the sniper spotter team, you can be really creative. You can keep an eye on that box. So if teams are moving in to cut the wire, they can get shot from the sniper teams, which creates a really intense sniper battle if more people have the same ID. And all the other teams can like freely roam the area. There will be intel points really close to their spawn, and there will be intel points really far to their spawn. So their objective is to move around the map without getting in contact and getting that intel. And yes, you will have teams that interact with each other, because if you're moving this way and those are moving this way, you will have a battle here. And the fun thing is that even though this is an intel mission and people are trying to sneak past each other, you will hear battle, and some teams will be like, oh, fuck that, we're gonna intervene and we're gonna shoot people. And that is something that you have to be really careful with, is that you have 6 teams. If you are in a battle, that means that you will be heard all over the map, and that people are going to come in and from different sides, from the rear, from the sides, and intervene in the battle. And that can get really, really ugly, really, really fast. But it's amazing. Tactical retreat is really interesting to use at that point. So this is the second thing that you can use, is go to the outside of the field. And this is what I said in the beginning. Remember this? If you have like a really weird looking field, you can use that area to attract people to. Put intel points here, maybe 2. So people have to go in there, and you inflict action at points in your field that usually nobody goes to. Okay, so go back to this. Okay, so this is the second option that I usually use, and this is those 2 games, big success. People really like to play those game styles. So where's my eraser? There it is. Okay, I think I will have to draw my thingy again. Ooh, no, cancel. Oh, no, cancel, cancel, yes. No, what are you doing? What you doing? Stop it. Okay, I have to redraw my field again. Fine. Now, those two missions you play with 6 teams. And as I said, you can be really creative as an organizer. So I'm gonna add it here. This is with 6 teams, 6 teams. And now it gets really fun. You know those attack and defense missions that you usually play that one team has to, you have a fortress here. This team has to defend it. The blue has to defend it, and the pink one has to attack it. And it never goes because attacking takes a lot more manpower than the defending part. Well, with this, you can use this in advantages because you can use the amount of teams in your advantage, because yes, you can play all 6 teams against each other, but you also can play, I'm going to use blue again, 2 versus 4, which means that two teams are playing together, so they can medic each other. The squad leaders are communicating with each other to come up with a plan, and you got 4 teams on the other side that are also working together, which means they have to communicate, and that's where the RTO can get into play. The RTO, okay, that's another thing that I forgot. Hold on, I need to single shot and mission brief. Okay, I will have to come to that in a bit. So you can play 6 teams against each other, but you can also play 2 against 4. You can play 2 against 2 against 2. You can play 1 against 5. You can, depending on how hard the thing is that you have to take, because defending is quite easy, and attacking some static position is really difficult. So we played, I think because we only had 5 teams, we played 3 against 5. So yes, I said we could play this with 6 teams, but if you don't fill up your 6 teams, you can play this with 5 teams too. You just have to be a little bit more creative as an organizer. So we played this 3 versus 4, but I'm going to keep it at 2 versus 4. So that means that there are 4 teams are attacking and 2 teams are defending, which means that this is a more balanced game, and the attacking force can take a little bit more, how do you say, what's the word? A little bit more, there's a word for that. Okay, it's gone. They can take a little more initiative to take the enemy position, and this works really well. We played this a lot of times. The defensive force had a really tough time defending it, but they really have fun. Usually the attacking force is able to take it. Not always. We had a lot of times that they had really struggled to take even against 2 teams. So this is the third thing that you can do, is you can attack defense. Oh. Attack. Okay, I'm defend. But as I said, this is not your regular attack defense thingy. This is more balanced than any attack and defense mission that you ever played, because of those teams, and they are working together. And because they're working together, they have to communicate. For example, if team 1 has lost 3 players and they are at a respawn, one team can go to the respawn, the other team is still defending. When the other team is back on the point, the other team can get his dead players, and move back to the defense point to get back on that defense. And you have a lot more interaction with the teams that are playing together, and now they are even have to communicate together to complete the missions. Damn, talking is getting hard. And then the last thing that we can play is you can play 2 versus 2 versus 2. You can put domination points on the map. Maybe I have to use the eraser again, so it makes a little bit more sense. Okay. And then the last thingy that I usually play is a domination point, where 2 teams have to work together. For example, you got a domination point here, and a domination point here. Why do I do this with 2 teams? Because with a domination team, with a domination point, if you hold 2 domination points, you are winning. So you don't need that last one. You can go for that last one, but that will be a really difficult one, and that's not really tactical good decision. So you can have one team defending that point while you attack the other point, and if you hold that point, you can also defend this point. And this is why I like to play this with 2 teams together. Now I have a mission rule book, whatever, that I created with all the missions that I tried out, and I'm going to try that, put that online also, so people can just download all the missions. I don't know yet how I'm going to explain them, because sometimes they are in my head and I know why I do stuff, but sometimes it's important to know why the rules are in there, so you don't change the rules that keep the missions, why I made the missions. So those are a little bit of missions that you can play, and as you can see, you can go as creative as you want to. The horse's name is Friday. Okay. The horse's name is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't have any horses, but thank you for your comment. Whatever. Do you guys have any questions about the missions, or the guys from AOF? Did you had your favorite mission? What missions did you like the most, or did you just like them all? That's really interesting to know. Do we have something that is on here? I don't think so. Okay. What I also try to do is during the day, that's for me as an organizer, I try to do an attack, like an a 1-point mission where people have to go, is the answer to an old riddle anyway. How's your day? Okay. I'm doing fine. You just confused me a lot. So you can play one action-packed mission, and then you do the intel mission, and then you do an attack defense mission. So you're not doing the same thing all over and over and over again. Yes, people like to do different stuff, and so you have to give them different types of mission. So for the guys that played this type of game style, I'm really interested in what mission that you like the most. So what I'm using for this type of missions is I have my box that is a type of bomb with 6 buttons, and they have to hold one of the buttons to get points. It's a really simple Arduino project that I made. I can show you a video, I think. Let's open it up real fast while I'm talking to you guys. It's a box that practically I didn't know how to program stuff. And now I made that box, and it's one of my first YouTube videos that I put online. I made that box, and it's really a simple design, and you don't need all the bells and whistles. I'm opening it up right now. I'm gonna mute it so I can. So this is the box. It's a red box, and has some bells and whistles to it. Like you see, those are the wires that people have to collect information for, and this is where the other box is connected to. I'm gonna go over this so they can cut the wire. As you can see in the video, if they cut the wrong wire, the bomb explodes. So they have to find intel. You can find, this is how it's made. Like I said, it was my first project. It's really ugly. And besides that, you have the second box, and this is just 6 buttons that need to be pushed. But you can be creative. You can have 6 chess clocks. There are so many things out there that you can use to do that. And my day is good. Thank you for asking. So first, before I go to the next part, I want to go over the 2 rules that I did not mention, and I don't know why, because it wasn't my rules sheet, but I didn't mention it for some reason. I think I said it already, one of the things. So all the players are but didn't I go over the roles? Was it that? Okay, whatever. I don't know where I got confused. So one of the things that I like to do is I want to have players to shoot single shot only. Why? Because a lot of the times when you play Airsoft, it's just a spray fest, and people are carrying around 100 to 200 rounds magazines, and they're just spraying and praying, and eventually one BB will hit you somewhere. They're not taking care of their ammo, they're just shooting away, and it's not being tactical anymore. And also, if I, as a support gunner, I'm carrying a rifle that almost weighs 10 kilograms, to be able to suppress other people, I don't need to carry that, because the dude with the ARP9 with his drum mag and his HPA kit is doing the job for me. And I don't like that. If you have a support gun, you need to be able to support your people. And that is one of the other reasons why I like to have single shot events. Another thing is that you have less frustration, because one of the points of frustration is people getting overshot. If you shoot single shot, the amount of BBs that are going your way is a lot less than people shooting full auto at your body or head. So the amount of BBs that you're getting is a lot less. So the frustration of after you shouted hit, and the BBs that are coming your way after you shouted hit is a lot less. And I try to eliminate some of the frustration points that you have on a normal day event. And they also have a lot of advantages in the team play. Because of that, I added that to the game. Sometimes people come to me and ask me, like, why is this single shot? I want to shoot full auto. Okay. Take your LMG and you'll be able to shoot full automatic. Yes, but it's a lot easier to just shoot full auto on a bush and hope that one BB get past it so you can hit the person behind the bush. Yes, that's why I don't want you to do it, because you have to go around the bush, use tactics, and take them out like with a few shots. Yes, playing in bushes is not always easy. That's why you have to be maneuverable instead of being in the back and just spraying and praying. And most of the people, like 90% of the people that are using the single shot thingy in the game, they really like it. So that's one of the reasons that I want to keep it in there. Mostly it's just one or two people that want to spray, and then I just advise them to go for the support role. Another thing that I forgot to mention is, bumped my microphone. Another thing that I forgot to mention is the mission briefing for an organizer is so much easier. Why? Because every squad or team has its own NCO. So you just have 6 people in front of you. You explain the mission to them, and beyond that point, it's their responsibility to explain their team how the mission should be done and how the mission is done. Now, it's really important to keep your missions as simple as possible, because guys and girls, we all know how airsofters are. We all know that they cannot remember a lot. So we keep it simple. Go to the box in the middle of the map, press button number 2, and then you write the number 2 on their hand, so they only have to look at their hand, look at the box, match the symbol that is on their hand on the button, and press the button. That's the mission. And that's all I'm the same. I'm the same. If they give me missions that are so long and they have to explain that to 150 players, how many people can replicate the mission that they have to do? If you give it to 6 people, they can ask you questions. You can reply to those questions in an orderly manner. Then you let those squad leaders go to their squad, explain the mission. If they got any questions, the squad leader comes back to me, ask me for more information, or I can go to that squad, explain it a little bit more. If they don't got any more questions, they can start on the mission. I was going to try that, sending them a text message, but I was not ready for that. I did not dare to send them text messages with a mission and hope that everything was all right. So, but that's a really big advantage as an organizer. You just have to explain the mission to those squad leaders. And then we're almost at the end of my explanation. The last thing that I want to do is, wait, did I unmute myself? Yes, I did, because last time I was in my Discord. So for the people that are still here and don't know about the Discord, I think I'm gonna, nope. Where is it? You can go on the Discord and join in. I don't know where the link to the Discord is. Hold on, I'm gonna copy it for the people that are not in the Discord yet. I'm just gonna use this. Where is the chat? Where is the chat? Where are you guys? Where are you guys? There you are. I missed it. So this is my Discord where you can interact with me during the live streams. Doesn't really matter what subject I'm talking about, as long as it goes over that subject. We can talk about it during the live stream, and sometimes it's easier just to talk about it. And also don't forget to like the video and whatever you all know. And now we can go to the last part of the TeamSkirm, and I'm trying to find my correct window so I can see my chat again. Where is it? There it is. So I want to go over the pros and the cons, and if you got any things that you want to say about that, please do, because this is one of the reasons why I want to do those live streams, is to interact with you guys so I can get feedback from this mission thing that I made 8 years ago. Damn, time flies when you're having fun. 8 years. Am I saying? Yeah, 8 years. Yes, 8 years of playing this game mode, and I'm loving it. My soldering iron is not smelling safe, so don't use it anymore. So the cons about this, for you as an organizer, it's more work. And I know organizers don't like that. But the reward that you get from the people that come to you and say like, damn, this was awesome, totally worth it. Yes, it's more work because you're not used of doing it. For me, as an organizer, if you have a few people that are helping you, like 2 people, they can set up the missions. Last time I set up all the missions beforehand, like the day before, and during the day, I was able to record stuff with my shoulder rig. And yes, I had to do some stuff on the missions, but everything was ready to be played. So yes, it's a lot more work to organize the teams. People will come to you and they will try to make teams. It will be a little bit more difficult, but it's a little bit more work as an organizer before the game. I totally agree with that. And that was actually my next point. It's a lot more work to make those teams beforehand, because people tend to say that they're going to come to an event, but eventually they don't go to that event. And that, yes, Axel, sometimes I organize games. There was a year where I organized more games than I played, and I had fun, but at the end I really like playing. So I'm gonna try to organize 1 or 2 games every year. So if you want to join that, just let me know, and or follow me on my Facebook or Instagram or Discord, where I send all the information out. So I was saying that it's a little bit more work to make those teams because people don't always attend to events. The advantages of that is that at the end you will have really good players, and they really want to go to your event. So if they don't show up and they don't let you know, you just don't let them in your game again. So at the end you will have a good amount of players. Also, this is really open for everybody. Everybody can try that. And this is my next disadvantage, is that you need 6 good guys. You need 6 guys that wants to take the responsibility to lead that team. And leading teams is not for everybody. I like to do it. I'm pretty good at it, but it's not for everybody. When I'm over, I'll come to a game of yours. Awesome, Axel. I'm gonna drag you in there. We're gonna have fun. But squad leaders or team leaders are really important in this mission style. So you need at least 6, depending on how many teams that you use. You need 6 good guys that want to lead a team. Now, it's a really good exercise. If you're not sure if you want to lead a team or you want to go to a bigger milsim, if you're up for leading a team, this is a perfect exercise for you. You just go to Sunday TeamSkirm event and you sign up as a squad leader. And you might get random people. You might play with your friends, or half of your team is friends, and 4 people that you don't know. And you try that out to see how it works for you. it's not a big loss. If it's not working for you, you just communicate with your team and they might replace you by somebody else if you don't like to do it. But if you want to try it, this is the perfect opportunity for you to try to lead a small team. And that is basically all the disadvantages that I have with this playstyle. Okay, you cannot put as much people on the field. We want to talk about that, right? We don't forget. You guys should have reminded me. We have to talk about the 120 players. You can't put like for now 120 people on your field because it's a little bit difficult. If you make teams of 20 people and you have to all go back to the respawn zone, that is really difficult. People will be at the respawn zone for a really, really long time. So we have to avoid that and find a way to go around that. Now, the advantages of this is that you can create an amazing feel for the players. Like everybody that has been to the games, and for some reason, every time if I organize a team event like that, people come up to me and say that this is something that they have never played before, and they had the best time during those games. So apparently people love this playstyle, and this is also why I wanted to make this video, and I hope that some organizers that are in Belgium or other countries can see this video and they say like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and hopefully they're gonna try this the way that I intended it to be played, and people can have a lot more fun, because I can't organize 100 events or 2,000 events a year, but this game style is really cool to play, and I want people to be able to play it. But I'm not, I don't have any time to organize those events. So instead of doing it myself, I'm spreading my ideas to other people, and hopefully people are picking it up and they will be able to play games like this. Another advantage is that you have really, really, the gameplay is not quiet, only on the down, not on the down low. It's a really smooth gameplay with really hard action parts, because you can sneak around a lot and then bam, you can hit two teams fighting. You just intervene, you disable one team and you destroy the other team or whatever. But there is like time for down low and there is time for hard action, and this is something that I like during the day. It's like going from sneaky to bam, hard action, and go back, and it's not the same thing the whole day long. It's not rushing to a flag, going back to the respawn, going back to the flag, going back to the respawn. No, it's a lot more. It's really hard to explain if you didn't play it, and I'm really excited about this game style. So yeah, I think I explained everything now. And as you can see, I'm really excited about this game style, and I hope more people will be able to taste this. And then the last thing that I want to get your opinion. Let's see how many people do we have here still, because I have been talking for a really long time. Do we still have 8 people? Yes, we still have a lot of people here. Awesome. Thank you all guys for staying here for 1 hour and a half of me rambling about a game style. And we also got 2 new people on the Discord. Thank you for joining in on Discord. If you got any questions, just let me know. So the last thing that I want to say while I'm searching for the right tab to keep it open. Nope, not this one. This one. Yes. So the last thing that I want to talk about, like I said, you can have, I'm going to talk here. Yes, you can have 6 teams of 10 people. So that is 60 people. On some fields, it's equal. On some fields, that is okay. If your field can't handle that much, you just take 8 people. So 6 plus 2. Oh my God. So you have to think a little bit on how your field is handling that many players. I know some fields are really small, some fields are really big. The small fields is simple. You just play with less people. You can play with teams of 5. You can play with teams of 4, and you can go up to 10. So we tested this with 10, and it works with 10. It works really well with 10. But as Sam said, sometimes you have to be on the the respawn a little bit longer, so you have to really communicate well with your team. Now, my idea that I had is that I want to go from 60 to 120 players max. And how I'm going to do that is that you have team 1, team 2, team 4, team 5, team 5, team 6. Okay, let's do this. And we're going to make 2 teams in team 1, 2 teams in team 2, 2 teams in team 4, like this. But I have no idea if this will work. And we call this 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A. Well, you get the point, right? 3B, 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B, 6A, 6B. I don't know why I did it all. It's the same. And we let those play. We let the respawn for each team is the same. So the respawn for team 1A is in respawn 1. For team 1B, it is in team. The respawn for 1A is in respawn 1, and the respawn for 1B is also in team in respawn. Oh my god! So the respawn for team 1A is in respawn 1, and the respawn for team 1B is also in respawn 1. And I don't know why this was so hard to say. Medics can help each other, which means that every medic, like a medic can help another team too. But why would you do that if you don't play together? Medics can help each other, and there is a lot of communication between those 2 teams. Now, 1B, if they need to go back to respawn to pick up players, they don't have to wait for 1A. If 1A needs to go back to respawn, they don't have to wait for 1B. So that is how I want to make more players. The problem with this is that instead of having 6 places of contact, well, 6 plus 6 if you count the recon guys, is that you have 12 locations of contact. Now, this amount of players, 120 players, usually you play this on a bigger field. But I don't know. I don't have a big field like that to test it out. Usually the fields that we play on, we can play with 60 to 80 people. And then, yes, you can have, if we play this with 80 people, for example, you have 6 people here, 6 people there instead of the 10. But the problem is that you still have those 12 points of contact. And this is something that makes the game, in my opinion, the fewer amount of contact points you have, the more that people can sneak around and play their game instead of having the bottlenecks. There is more room of maneuvering if you have less contact points. By doing it like this, you double the amount of contact points, but your respawn time is less. So I don't know yet. Do you think that we should try this out, or do I have to try to talk to an organizer to try this out? Or do you think like, yeah, we can just put 20 people here and they just have to go to the respawn with 20 people? I don't know. So this is something that, as I said, I'm trying to evolve this game style, but I can't organize them themselves. So I have to rely on people trying it out and see how they like it. So please let me know what you think about that. And that's the last thing that I want to say about this. Like I'm oops, my bad. I clicked the wrong one. But damn it, all the people are gone now. Good job, boy. Good job. But yeah, this is basically everything that I want to say about this game style. The YouTube video of this live stream that I'm doing is in the description, I think. So if you want to share this with your field that you're playing with, or your field owner, just send them the link, and if they got questions, they can just contact me, and I will be happily give them more information so they can play this. Even though if they want to play this and they want me there, I can arrange something that I'm there. I will be playing, but I can give them some feedback or whatever. I can understanding. I don't know the English word for that. But yeah, I said everything that I needed to say about this, and I was happy that I was able to. Yeah, it's a lot. I agree with that, Toothless. It's a lot to take in, some especially when I'm talking for over an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes about a game style. But I hope it was somewhat helpful or somewhat interesting for people to find some new playing IDs to be able to play some more in Airsoft. So yeah, that's it. All I have to say to you guys is don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Because YouTube is being a bitch less lately, especially with my latest video that have been demonetized, so they're not showing up in the YouTube thingies. So yeah, please, if you like the video, just like the video. If you want, sending a comment and whatever is always helpful for the channel. I like making videos, and I will keep doing that. I will keep spreading the love. One thing that I want to end off the video with is some good news. Some people know that I have been working on Airsoft United for a really long time. I think 7 years now. Airsoft United is a platform where people can find Airsoft all around the world, and they can share a lot of Airsoft stuff. It's a database of Airsoft stuff. A long time ago, I think almost a year now, we started working together with another platform to increase that, to make it just better. A lot went wrong, especially because the platform is located in Ukraine and it's not going well there. So we had to find ways to go around that, or fix stuff and make it happen. But yeah, this week stuff started rolling again, and in the near future I will be able to give you more information about that project. You can already go to the website. It's airsofter.world, where you can find a lot of information already. But as I said, we're updating it because it's a platform that came from Ukraine, so there is a lot of Ukraine stuff on it. So we have to make that accessible for everybody around the world, starting with you guys in Europe. I don't know if Beersoft is here. Otherwise, sorry, Beersoft. It's also coming to America, but not yet. And in the, I think hopefully next live stream will be about Airsoft World, because it's a project that is really close to my heart. I want to be able to have a platform where Airsofters can connect all around the world, find stuff, and be who they want to be. Instead of going to the normal social media platforms where Airsoft is usually just shoved in the gun category and is banned for everybody, or at least they don't want to show it because it's like political correctness and whatever. They don't want to show any guns on their platform. But for us Airsofters, we're used to it, and we know how to handle with that. So in the near future, hopefully a lot more good news about that. Hopefully we can go forward with this project. And then guys, I'm gonna need you to spread the word. So more about that soon in another live stream. But for now, I'm gonna call you. No, oh my god, it's been too long. But for now, I will be wishing you a very good evening, and I hope I see you next week, next Monday for a new video, and next month for the new live stream. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the questions, and good night. Bye, guys. Where is the button? Oh yeah, Delta wants to be in the live stream. Okay, we're gonna end up with Delta licking my finger.